Hello, I am back, and it's a bit weird, I have to say. I got very used to doing these live streams every Thursday, and I think it's 2 months I've had off now, doing various things, mostly development work, which has been nice. But yes, I'm back, and the point of today is two things. Just to show you what I did release this week, there were a few snags on the invoicing, which Sue told me about and said, Dan, can you change these things? They're good general things, so I didn't make them specific to Sue, these changes. I just made them for everybody, and I'm going to show you them in a second. And the other thing is what I'm currently working on and looking to the next live stream. Oh, just one point of housekeeping. If you're bothered, I think you're interested. I don't know. I'm going to do these every month on the last Thursday of the month, and I will send out the newsletter to the same group of people. This is the reminders, and the newsletters go to the same group of people who are on my email list. And in case you missed it, there'll be another link to the replay where I'm talking about the state of play. I hope it's of interest to you. If it's not, you're free to unsubscribe, but I hope that you're with me and that you find this interesting and useful, because I'm enjoying it. And obviously, one day we'll all take over the world, and I'll be part of that system. So if I can just share this. So Sue was looking to use the invoicing module to send me invoices, actually. And there were just one or two things. Can you, if I show you a PDF, oh, that one's been sent, hasn't it? So that's no use. And I've gone to the wrong place anyway. Click on the invoice number. If you look at the PDF, it had hash. So it was invoice #1, and then it said invoice #1. There was something else that I took out that wasn't wanted on the invoice. So I just made it better. That should say payment due today. Obviously, this is not the development version. This is my test system. AppDev is my own test system with fake data in it, so that I'm not showing anyone's real information. That was the other thing, the logo. Sue wanted to see the logo. I was going to do it anyway, but she said, can you do it now? And Kieran is here, so I'm going to bring you in. Hi, Kieran.
Hi. Just had a sneaky bit of cake there.
Sneaky bit of cake? Is it nice
cake? I could get it in while I was backstage, but...
Yeah, you don't stay backstage for long here. There's no messing around. Oh, and Sue's turned up as well. I'll bring Sue in. There we go. Hi, Sue.
Hi. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
That's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can recap very briefly, because I'm just showing what's been released this week. This actually went live on Monday, the latest version of the invoicing, and I dealt with your snag list.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was saying they were just really good general things anyway that would have annoyed everybody, I think. Because I'm a mathsy type of person, you will recall I put invoice hash and then the invoice number, and you said get rid of the hash. There was something else you wanted me to get rid of, and you wanted to see your logo on there. So if you log into your mywindmillbts.co.uk, I'll put your logo on there. Kieran, if you log into mydavidsonbrain.com, you will see your logo. I'll put that on there. So when you generate invoices now, your logo will be on there. You can change it. I'll show you where it is. It's one of those things where, yes, I give you the facility to change it, but really it's part of my job to set that up. So in your company details, there's now a logo, and this is where you just set the width. Now, if it looks good on your invoices, and I've looked at both your invoices to test this, it looks good. If you want to change it, you change it here. But and this is where you would upload another file if you needed to, but I don't think you will. So have a look at that. And what was the other thing I was going to say about invoicing? I can't remember. I think that was it. There's something that's a lot of invoices nowadays are set for payment to be due on receipt of the invoice. So that says due on receipt if the date is the same. There's something I must have done that after I released this to my own test environment, because AppDev is just for me to have fake data in, so that I'm no longer showing anyone's real data, because that is bad and naughty of me. So that will change, but otherwise it will say the due date. If you give them 30-day terms, for example, it will add on 30 days and it will tell you what the due date is on the invoice. So it's there with all the things on it that it needs to be a legal invoice. If there's anything else you want changing about it, if you wanted a different layout, I will do that for you. So there's no report designer if you're thinking back to Sage World, or you can have invoice designers in various applications. I'm not going to do that for you. You just tell me how you want it laid out and I'll do it for you. But I'm hoping that will do the job.
Do you have a notes or a terms and conditions section on there?
We don't. There's a notes section actually, but I'm going to put a link on to you accept the terms and conditions. But if you want to put notes on, these are the notes that Kieran demanded to see on
very demanding.
Very demanding. And this is just giving you a chance to see a preview of that PDF. This is what lands as an attachment on the email, as I think you will remember. So the notes are there.
And just back to the due date, do you set that per invoice or per client? Where do you?
It's derived. At the moment, the terms are set on the client record to 0 days. So everything's just due on receipt of the invoice. You can override it at invoice level. That's an email, isn't it? So if I edit the invoice, there's a due date there. So you can set it to what you want. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, the notes can also be private if you need them to be.
Very good.
You choose that again per invoice. That is it. So the invoicing is live. You can use that.
Super.
And the other thing, I have been doing a lot of design work about sales funnel stuff, because this list of prospects, I looked at HubSpot, and I don't like a lot of the things the way HubSpot does it. But talking to you, Kieran, about Airtable, now I'd looked at Airtable in a more generic way as a project management, task management type thing ages ago, but then didn't use it. But the way Airtable have got their template set up for sales funnel tracking, lead tracking, I think is really good. So I'm going to do it in a very similar way to that initially. Cool. And then that's
going to be good for me, isn't it? That'll be good for me.
It will be good for you.
That's what I've been using.
It will port over beautifully, but I think everyone will look at it and go, "Oh yeah, that makes sense," because it's you can see by state. So these are the people who you've just made contact with. These are the people who you've sent a proposal to. These are the people who you're waiting for a response from, whatever state they're in, and the states are configurable. This is one thing I've been working on this week, because I realise rework is expensive, and I don't want to put a whole load of states in, which is things like new lead, proposal sent, we're talking, we're negotiating, closed won or closed lost. I don't want to impose them. I want them to be configurable, but I don't want you to have to configure them. So I want us to have a conversation about how your sales process is going to go. I'm going to put something in by default, which I think is simple and works for everyone. And if you want more states or you want to change the wording, then I'll do it for you behind the scenes. And I need to be able to do that per person, so that it doesn't affect everyone. So I've been working on that this week, because I didn't like some of the names that HubSpot use. It seems to me like it's quite impersonal, and it's turning a human that you want to work with into an object or a number, and I didn't like that. So I'm going to try and make it a bit friendly. But yeah, so this list screen will look like it's broken down by the initial view anyway, is broken down by the state. Later on, I'll do a Kanban board style, so you can see the states as columns, and in each one you'll have the people that you're talking to, who you're tracking as potential future clients, and then within an individual's record, you'll have the details, so you'll be able to see whether that email address is opted into your newsletter, and what tags. Obviously, dev updates is just me, so I can send only one person test emails. So I'm subscribed to my dev updates newsletter. should know what's going on, shouldn't I really? And one thing that's very significant that I'm going to change, the lead status. So those are all the states. These are HubSpot states, which I don't like, which I'm changing. I'm going to make it simpler than that. Rather than having a drop down, so you have to go, oh, the status changed from it's a new lead to I've qualified that lead, or I've sent a proposal. Your actions will change the state automatically. So it's kind of a slicker thing where you can't make a mistake. If you, in the proposal section, if you send a proposal to that prospect, the state will change behind the scenes automatically. So they will move down your funnel effectively into the proposal sent stage. So I'm going to try and simplify this edit screen so that you don't have to go in and change things like that, your actions, or perhaps a click of a button where you're going to have to go in and say, oh, it's closed lost, as they say in sales world, which means that you're not going to sign this person up as a client. So you're going to have to click a button, but rather than going click, it's just going to be a clear action. This person isn't going to do business with me, so let's just take them off the list.
Cool.
So that's that, and I'm building a new prospects list behind the scenes, but I can't show it to you because there's bits of engine all over the drive at the moment. I'm sure you understand, and mostly it's to do with this naming thing where there are a whole load of drop downs all through the system with possible values in them, and I'm calling them object names, and they're going to change from person to person because people want to do things a little bit differently. So I need to. I've been doing that this week, and that's looking quite good behind the scenes. But that's all I've done. So that is it. I intend, which is the right view. That's the right view. There you all are. I intend to do the next live stream on, I think it must be the 28th of July. Yeah, 28th of July, about the sales funnel. Unless there's something else that comes up in the meantime where you're telling me, Dan, you've got to do this right now, because if you're going to start using the invoicing suite, or you're going to start putting key dates on client records, and there's something that's vital that's stopping you, I will have to do that first. But my plan is to spend as much as possible of my time making the sales funnel stuff good. And so when we're here in a month, in 4 weeks even, that's what we'll be talking about.
Wonderful.
Have you got any comments or questions or celebrations?
It's good to see the sales funnel and proposals coming together.
Yes.
Slowly.
I like that a lot. Looks very easy to use.
Yes, I want it to be easy, and I'm taking my time. I'm really taking my time because, like I said, I know how expensive rework is. One of the things we were talking in another forum, weren't we, earlier, about Sage, and one of the things that people are even starting to notice now about Xero is that they've gone sprinting at such an incredible pace, bringing new functionality, really, really fast development, and even they are slowing down and they're struggling to get new things done. And the main reason for that is it's very difficult to make changes to an existing code base where people are already using it. And I know that from experience. So I'm not trying to do everything perfectly, because that will lead to the legendary analysis paralysis. But what I'm trying to do is get it in a state where it can be tweaked easily and not cost me too much time to make those changes, and not have to rework too much, because it is inevitable that I will be reworking bits. So I'm reworking this prospect list now in a way that takes me 95% of the way toward how you want to use it day to day. And once I'm there, we're in a good state. We can make those little tweaks here and there, rather than you start using this now and go, Dan, this is not user friendly, you need to change this, and that rework would come later, and it'd be much more expensive if people are using it. There you go. I've shoehorned slagging off Sage into the conversation again. I don't know how I'm doing. But yes, I noticed it about Xero. People that I've been talking to about Xero are saying that their development pace has slowed down a lot, and that is the reason. That is the reason. So I want to try and avoid as much of that as possible, because I know it will happen.
Okay, good.
Very good.
Good progress.
All right. Well, thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
I will see you soon.
Good to see what you've been up to. Thanks very much.
All right. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.